I'm just off the rails at this point. I have no idea what's happening.
Are we joking or not joking?
We never know.
Previously in the Brotherverse. Did you actually do it? Is that the talisman?
Yep. As far as I know.
I'd like you to meet Iser and May. Iser takes the book. This other page is curious. It's in Abyssal. There is tell of the lost city of Zamtal, a darkness, a blackness engulfing it right before it disappeared. Maybe it's the talisman of darkness. We need some time to decipher this message. We'll call you when you're needed.
Is there like a running track?
Room enough for us to race Grim.
Whoever's the winner, you have to build a new bird ship based on our likeness.
Grim pulls out a needle and injects himself with it.
Yeah. I think the one rule was no juicing.
Grim is like 5 feet from the finish line.
Let's shake and bake.
Bake!
I grab Wenry.
You just whip Yenri, and he gets his chest across the finish line first. I can't believe you got me. God damn, you're fast.
Hey, listener, welcome back to the Brotherverse. This is Dylan. Before we get started, a quick little thing. You might remember something that went a little like this from the last episode.
How does 100 platinum sound as your first reward?
Whoa, I've never even had that medal before.
I don't even know what that means.
That sounds just dandy to me.
Perfect. We'll have it delivered to your rooms tonight.
I had my pencil all ready to write down 100 platinum.
Yeah.
Guess I'll have to wait a little longer.
I'm gonna need to get a bigger wallet.
Well, we never did write it down, so we forgot that we had all that money. So if later on in this episode you're thinking, why do they say that they have no money? That's why. So probably would have been more useful to actually write it down. We'll be sure to do it in the future. Anyway, enjoy the episode.
So, you guys had a big old wacky race last night, and you went and crashed in the barracks of the Valkyrie. It is now morning. The sun is shining through the porthole windows of your bunk rooms, and you're feeling invigorated, and you're feeling great, and it is time to level up to level 4!
What a great sleep. I feel partially stronger and stuff.
Yay.
Feel so empowered by beating Grim at that race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's got that lactic acid buildup. You've got some strength.
Exactly. PR'd.
Yeah, you PR'd.
Yesterday I felt like a 3. Today I feel like a 4.
Yeah, which is surprising because you're probably concussed. I guess.
Oh
if you
yeah,
woke up
wait a
this
second.
morning-
I'm still like dead, right?
No,
Or
you're,
if I
you just like were unconscious. You're okay again.
Okay.
You had a very long sleep.
Yeah.
I just
How long have I been out for? Just a normal amount of time. It's been like 8 hours.
What year is it?
Yeah.
I have grown a beard though.
Yeah. So we're leveling up to level 4. Let's start with Orc. Let's hear what your cool new stuff is.
Oh yeah, it's so cool. I get ability score improvement, and that is it.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think so. I'm still +2 proficiency bonus. I'm still 3 rages, +2 rage damage. Nothing else fancy.
You do get some health though on top of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One D something plus something.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
crap.
it's a D12 plus your Constitution modifier.
It might help if I had something with which to roll.
You don't have any dice?
What are you doing?
You got
This is like one of the
no
2
dice.
things you have to bring to this thing.
Yeah.
I just realized what game we're playing.
Yeah, it's literally you need like your brain and dice, and that's it.
It's a good thing we live in the 21st century
I
and
think
there's
I brought
apps for everything.
Yeah, I
Either
get
of
that
those.
dice app.
Hold on, I might know where they are.
Oh, great.
Orc is sleeping in. He'll wake up momentarily.
Okay, well, let's just move on to someone else for now.
Also, he gets 1d12 every time he gets more. I have 1d6.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I'm gonna linger behind him by a lot. forever.
Yeah.
No, you're probably going to be at least half his health.
Statistically, you will have half his health the entire game.
Statistically, yes.
Pretty
Okay,
good.
so who should go since Orc?
Oh, I'm awake.
Oh!
I'm here.
Oh God, there he
Back
is.
with a tiny
he
felt
just-
bag.
What's that I hear? Orc is waking up,
Yeah.
That's the sound.
and he's grinding his teeth.
Yeah. Brains rattling around as it's jumping into gear.
All right, Orc, you want to roll that d12? We're
Yeah,
all
I
at the
do.
edge of our seats.
Oh yeah.
Falling around off the table. 11?
God.
11?
Nice. So it's 11 plus your Constitution modifier. You add that onto your health.
Okay. 14.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
damn. Yeah, you got a plus
So
3.
I'm up
yeah,
to-
Ryan, you're going to be lagging behind him hard.
I'm up to 45.
Meat shield.
Jesus Christ.
Nice. Okay, so with that, let's move on to Yenri.
Wait,
Hold
what
on.
ability score improvements did he do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what did you pick?
Let's see.
Is your strength ability, is that maxed out at 20?
20's max, right?
Yeah,
No, it's at 18 right now, so I could max it out.
you could max it out.
And is that +5 then?
Yeah,
Oh man.
and you're a
wild.
strength-based fighter.
Seems like I should do that. I don't use this other stuff.
Who needs charisma and intelligence and wisdom?
Let's do it.
Garbage
Don't worry,
abilities.
you're wise old sorcerer.
The
has got
one
your
other
back.
thing is your AC, your armor class. Isn't it dexterity that makes up your armor class?
Yeah, for Chris it's different because he has unarmored defense as a barbarian.
Oh, right. The naked thing.
Oh yeah, it's a 10 plus your dexterity modifier plus your constitution modifier as a barbarian.
Okay, so constitution or dexterity could help your AC if you want.
All right. Yeah, I probably want to do that. So
Okay.
I'll add 1 to my constitution because that'll bring it up to 18 and make it plus
What?
4, right?
Yeah, dang.
And then I'll go ahead and pop the other one on. I guess I'll add it to intelligence. I'm at an 11 and 0 on that.
Get a little bit smart.
A little
Yeah.
bit smarter.
His brain
So
grew
I-
2 sizes that day.
Maybe I'll remember the dice next time.
Yeah. Life hack. Sweet. So
Ta-da!
yeah.
Leveled up.
Cool. All right. Dylan, let's hear from Yenri.
Yeah, so Yenri gets also an ability score improvement. But additionally, he gets 1 extra cantrip and 1 extra second level spell slot and 1 extra learned spell. So for my ability improvements, I'm definitely raising my charisma because that's what I cast spells with, and I was at an odd
Solid
number.
choice.
So I'm pushing that up to +3 at 16. So all that permeates
Oh
to
damn,
good
that's
things
all.
for
That's
spells.
You had +2 for charisma before,
Yeah, I don't know
and that's
why
your
or
spellcasting
how.
modifier.
Yeah,
That seems bad.
real low.
Yeah, for that being your main thing.
But then I can't decide whether I want to push up my constitution or my strength, because my strength is -2, but it also seems very appropriate to Yenri to have really shitty strength. So if
I
I'm
think
playing,
that's right. Yeah,
if I'm playing to the character, I should just keep it shitty.
cool.
I'll push up my intelligence, I think, though,
All right.
because that has been at 0 this whole time, and I just feel like that doesn't fit Yenri.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty clever dude.
He tries to be witty and stuff, so let's push
Yeah.
up to 12, and then I get a
Tries.
+1. He tries.
Nice.
Tries real hard.
But alas, he's a 0.
Yeah, just a
Um,
poser.
And then, yeah, I get a couple new spells and whatnot. Beyond that, I don't really get
Oh.
anything cool.
Lay
but I'll-
those spells down on us.
Well, I want to keep some of them in my back pocket for exciting exposition down the line. But
Just give
I'll-
us a little taste.
I'll
Just
tell-
a little spell taste.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So my cantrip, I think I'm going to pick Mage Hand, because that just seems really useful. You can, like, move shit across the room, and,
So now you have Unseen Servant and Mage Hand.
yeah.
Sweet.
But one of them I have to make a real person. The other one I can just cast at any time.
Yeah.
But they do Venn diagram a bit. They overlap, but
Yeah.
one's free.
They can high five each other.
Yeah. And then, because I should probably be a better bard than I've been, I'm going to take the spell Enhance Ability, which allows me to, like, touch a nearby creature and up their, or give them advantage on, like, a set of things.
Cool.
They have
Including
really
us.
cool names, too. So like I can choose Bear's Endurance, which gives the target advantage on Constitution checks, or I can choose Bull's Strength, where they have advantage on Strength checks. There's also Cat's Grace, Eagle's Splendor, Fox's Cunning, and Owl's Wisdom. So that'll be
Nice.
fun.
I like all those. That list could just go on forever.
It could.
Weasel sneakiness.
All right, but yeah, that's all Yenri stuff.
All right, well, let's move on to Poof.
Poof time. Okay. Well, I also get an ability score thingy. And I decided to put the 2 points on wisdom, so now my wisdom is +3 instead of +2.
Yours is
That's
only
all right.
+2 as well?
Mine was only +2 for wisdom. Yeah.
Oh,
And,
God.
that's what you
no
cast
wonder your
with,
spells
right?
kept failing.
I don't even know. I think it has something to do with my
Shame.
charisma. Maybe I should have raised my charisma.
Yeah, sorcerers do use charisma.
Nope. Screw this. I'm taking it back.
Put in Charisma.
I thought it was a good idea. But yeah, I want to do a charisma up to 18, which gives me a 4 in charisma, and then I'm gonna add it to my intelligence to get off of 0. So that is
Nice.
now a 1. Spell attack bonus is now 6. Spell save DC is 14. And this thing is 4.
Sweet.
So I also rolled for more hit points. I'm up to 27. And then I get two spells. One cantrip and one another spell.
Man, you guys get so much stuff.
I didn't say so, but I also rolled for hit points, and I'm also at exactly 27. So that's
Oh.
Oh, wow. So you two put together are stronger than Chris.
Ha!
cool. Just barely.
In health only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I also got another sorcery point. I'm at 4 sorcery points. That's pretty cute.
Oh, that's nice.
And then, yeah, so I got True Strike, which is a cantrip, which is cool because it just works. Right?
Yeah, but what does it do?
It gives me brief insight into a target's defense. On my next turn, I gain advantage on attack roll. And then I also got a second level spell called Enlarge/Reduce. Which
Go on.
allows me to enlarge and or reduce things.
Oh boy.
How big or small can the thing get? With
Well,
this
if I enlarge it, it doubles in size and is 8 times the weight.
So horrifying.
heavy?
Or,
Okay.
or it can be halved in size.
Does it get 8
How does that
times
affect
as
the
light?
I don't know I don't know, maybe.
That would make
I didn't
sense.
I didn't read the whole paragraph.
We'll leave that as a
I got
cliffhanger.
I got
for
the
later.
gist.
Stopped after the enlarging part, and you're like, I don't need the rest of the spell.
It does. It does. When the thing is twice its size, it does 1d4 more damage.
Anything? It just
Yeah.
But yeah, what can you enlarge or like literally anything?
Yeah,
What?
a creature or an object you see within range. I can enlarge it, or it's and so I can make orc twice his size and 8 times his weight, and all of his, and then all of your weapons become bigger too, and you do 1d4 extra damage.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's
Or
gonna
I
be
can
fun
make
to
you
watch.
really small, like a fairy.
or like a
little
Yenri.
teeny tiny. Yeah, I can make orc look like Yenri. I can just bring one of you on the other one's level so you can
Yeah.
finally feel what it's
Yeah.
like.
You
their
finally let me
perspective.
feel what it's like to be your size.
Yeah.
You get on my level. You get up here.
It's like, Puff, help me get on his level.
And I'll make sure I start speaking
on
in a much
someone
lower
your own
voice when it
size.
happens.
Yeah.
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 Yenri is ready to fight.
Ooh.
We'll have to have nicknames for him too.
Not
Yenri
just
and
Big Yenri.
and Yonri and
Mecha Yenri, Ultra Yenri,
Giga Yenri
Mecca.
Mega Yenri.
Giga Yenri, yes.
or Walla Yenri.
Too soon.
That's the evil version.
Yeah.
Yeah. The upside down of the upside down. All right. So let's jump back into it. So yeah, you guys woke up. You feel strong. You feel powerful. You leveled up. So you find yourselves in the barracks of the Valkyrie, and you wake up. It's morning, and you're basically just waiting for your next assignment. So you guys know that Grim is supposed to be preparing a new Raven for you. And then also waiting to see if Sage is going to call on you. So what would you guys like to do?
Guys want to go checking on Grim?
Check out your new Raven.
Yeah.
Maybe we can learn a little bit about how to make a raven.
Yeah.
Maybe. It'll just be a how it's made episode on ravens.
Yeah. The feathers are plucked from the bird and put on a machine.
Oh, God. The birds are discarded.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys walk through the Valkyrie and head upstairs to see Grim. When you get up there, you see him next to this giant vat. And it's like this giant vat, and it's filled with this orangish, reddish liquid. And he's over by like a panel next to it, like looking at all these dials.
Hey, Grim. How you feeling this morning after that sore defeat last night?
Hey, what's up, guys? You know what? Pretty good. I took that injection during the race, and I've just been up all night just working on stuff. It's great. It's like, I have so much energy. And you like look at his eyes, and they're just bloodshot and wide and pupils dilated. And he just has this just weird, excited look on his face. He's like, I couldn't stop thinking about the Raven. It's such a great idea. Just have your face on it. Oh, man, it's so cool. Yeah, I've been working all night on it. He's like, it took a little work, but I think it's almost ready. And in the like vat of orange liquid, it's like the whole vat's glass, so you can see the liquid inside of it. You see like this black wing through the ooze, like wipe the outside of the glass and return to like the center of this oozy mass. He's like, "Yep, it's almost done brewing in there." And he looks at a few dials and he's like, "So let's I think we're ready here. This dial says we're on green. We're good to go." And so he reaches over to some levers near him and he pulls a couple of them, and you hear this giant whirring sound, and the vat starts to spin. And as it does this, there's like a porthole that opens on the left side, and all of the liquid just comes spewing out of the side onto like the deck of the ship. And with it bursts this bird thing, and it just flies out of the porthole, and it slops onto the deck and starts flipping and flapping around, and it's like not facing you, and it rolls over and looks at you, and it's just like Yenri's face on this like weird chariot, and it's just looking in your eyes, and it's flapping on the deck, its wings covered in this liquid. He's like, what's it? We gotta wash it off. We gotta get all this stuff off him. So he takes a hose and he starts spraying the bird, and it's flapping, and then he goes over and he's like, "Come on, baby, breathe," and he goes and slaps it. And it lets out just like a cry that sounds like Yenri. It's just like, oh, oh,
Oh, no.
Jesus.
yeah.
Grim, this is kind of traumatizing. I didn't think you were going to take it this literally.
I mean, what you said, you wanted a raven in your likeness, and I gave you exactly what you wanted.
He created life. It's a beautiful process.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. He's like, look at this thing, and he looks at you, and then like him and the raven are both staring at Yenri, and the raven's just mouth is just kind of gaping a little bit, like breathing for air.
Is this Walla Yenri?
This is Walla Yenri.
So it just sits down, and it tries to like stand up. He's like, "Come on, buddy, you can do it. You can do it." And the raven like stands up on these wobbly like halfling legs, and it's still like kind of like a chariot, like the other ones, where it's like this chariot body, and it has the same control system on top, but the front is like this mask that looks weirdly realistic, like Yenri's face, and it has halfling legs.
It's got little Tommy Pickles legs underneath it.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, "Yeah, I gotta say, like, I've never done one where it's like a humanoid before. I had to go down in the middle of the night and grab some of your hair and throw it in the vat with this with this bird, and
Jesus.
I'm sorry. This keeps this reminds me so much of the Chimera from
I was
Full Metal
thinking the same
Alchemist,
thing.
and it's
From
creeping
what?
me out. From Full Metal Alchemist, the Chimera
chimeras.
that are like just zombie versions of people, and they're just like horrible
half animal,
abominations.
It's
Yeah.
reminding me of what's the movie that just came out with Natalie Portman? Did you guys see it?
Annihilation.
Annihilation. Did you guys see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
the
a
mirror
little bit
image
like
version.
The bear boar. That
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Just a little bit off.
So wait, is Grim going to? How long does this thing is going to be like a baby bird Yenri?
So
Will
I
it
mean,
grow up
it's
quickly?
good to go. It
It's ready
stood
to
up.
go.
It's like when a baby deer is born. It's able to get
Oh,
up and
it's just
start
ready?
running around
Oh, okay.
immediately. Yeah,
I
it's
thought
yeah, it's
I thought it still didn't have any feathers and
no,
eyes
it's
couldn't
good.
open.
It's got big wings.
Just a gross, naked, winged Yenri.
yeah, that's what I was picturing this whole time.
just got to wait 1 year and it's ready to go.
And
Yeah.
he's like, oh no, you have to take care of it.
Yeah,
You have to nurse it.
we have a
feed it.
nursery downstairs. Yeah,
Like,
Well,
I thought this thing- I thought
congratulations,
these things were
Yenri.
robots. There's a startling amount of flesh on this thing.
No more adventuring for you. You're a father.
yeah. He's like, sorry, I should have been more clear about how much effort this was going to take on your behalf. Yeah, so it gets up and it looks at Yenri and it starts like wobbling towards you and just kind of like making weird noises, and Yenri's voice says, oh, and just walking towards you.
Oh, I hate it.
He's like, come on, daddy. He's like, this is your new baby now. You gotta take care of this guy. It's like, you want to take it for a spin? Oh, maybe. Oh God, what am I doing? I'm getting ahead of myself. You should name him first.
Yenri gets kind of a calmed look over his face and walks over to it with his hand outstretched up towards his face so it can sniff him and get to know his scent. And Yenri's
having
actually
you sniff yourself.
Yenri's kind of vain, so I imagine he's actually kind of flattered and like all about this. Yeah, he walks up and lets it sniff its hand and gives it a little stroke down his face on it.
Wait, do they still need to make a connection though, like we did the first time? Because
Yeah.
it'd be great if it rejects him.
They're probably pretty connected.
Yeah. I'm going to say, because it was made from Yenri's DNA, when he puts his hand on it, it's going to make like an instant connection. It's like an extension of his body.
Well, it's got to be named something after me since it has my face. But I don't know if I just want to call it Yenri Jr. because that's kind of creepy. And also he's like 3 times my size. Yenri approaches it and says, I think I'm going to name this big, beautiful bird Wenry.
Wenry?
Yes.
Wenry.
When you say that, Wenry like makes this big toothy smile and just goes, ooh, yeah.
Oh God, I hate it.
Oh, and I go shh, 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 and just put my finger up to Wenry's mouth. Don't talk. It's better if you don't.
And it puts its finger up to your mouth and mimics.
They just mirror all my movements.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I didn't win this race.
I'm not. I want a grotesque orc bird.
The orc one would have been so
A
weird.
puff bird would look really gross.
Yenri walks along to the side of it and tries to get up on its platform.
Okay. It kneels down and allows you to get up in the chariot.
Yenri mounts Wenry.
Yenri gets on Wenry. Did we say is this still a single seater or is this a multi-seater?
It's a single seater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yenri rubs his hands together and hesitantly slaps the hands down on the console.
Okay. So you stick your hand, like it kind of goes into the. I seem to remember it being like a Uzi or like soft bio steering system, and your hands go into it, and you instantly feel this connection with Wenry. You can feel his thoughts, and he can feel yours. You're just instantly connected.
I don't recall the GUI control panel from the earlier version. But if this one has a fleshy mass that I put my hands into,
slam your hands into its spinal fluid.
Yeah.
Are we interrupting something here?
Yeah.
Or just in
like-
his brain matter. He's like,
oh.
oh.
You
You just squeeze the different parts of his brain to make him turn left and right.
Oh, it feels so familiar.
It's like I'm in my own head. This is going to be so many great jokes.
Yenri tries to make it trot forward and take flight.
Okay, it gets right up to speed, and it runs down the runway and immediately lifts up into the air and starts flying around.
Great. He does a large soaring lap around and then brings it down smoothly into a rock star power slide on its little Tommy Pickles knees.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Show off.
What about his old bird? You just tossing him aside?
Yeah, Olga's retiring.
I think we said that Orc could take it if he wanted it. If you want to get rid of his
Oh,
little
yeah.
canary.
If
you
you
don't
want
want
to
a
try
canary
and
anymore.
it's up
Can I
to
have-
you, Orc.
Can I have two?
No, you can't have two. Grim
can't
says
he?
no.
Can't he drag? He just drags his little one behind the big one, like an RV, dragging it.
Yeah,
VW
dragging your
bug.
car. This is my city raven. No, you if you want to, you can try and pair with the other one though.
Sure. I don't care. I'll just name the new one Fancy Fish.
It's identity crisis.
Fancy Fish 2.0, 3.0 actually.
You just go through ravens.
All right,
Yeah.
I jump
Okay.
on whatever old Olga.
Olga.
Now Fancy Fish 3.0. Well, maybe she's in.
Yeah.
This is the audition.
Yeah, so you put your hands on the dash and roll an animal handling check.
17.
17. All right. So you feel like this energy rush through your hands, and Olga stands up and starts running down the runway. Roll a dexterity check to see if you can
All
lift
right,
off.
hold on. Okay. 9.
9. Okay, so you start running down the runway, and she's trying to flap as hard as she can, but she can't take off, and
All
she
right.
just reaches the end of the runway and turns around and comes back. And Grim says, "Looks like it's not going to work out with you and Olga. You'll have to stay with Fancy Fish."
All right. I jump off Olga.
All right, and Olga returns to the hangar and parks herself. All right, so Grim says and Yenri, I want to tell you there's one special extra little thing that I wanted to try with this. I just thought it would be super cool. So if you look in the chassis of this, there's a small symbol kind of at the base of this chariot. Try putting it on your chest. And so there's this little gold insignia of a bard's lute that's kind of embedded in the wood of the chariot.
Okay. And I just take the whole thing out and stick it on my chest? Is what you're saying?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yenri does that. He picks it up and puts it against his chest.
So as you do that, you feel it kind of cling to you a little bit, and you feel yourself start to float a little bit in the air. He's like, "Oh, wonderful, it works." It's like I used a broom of flying to help create this, and since it's so paired with you genetically, you can basically take this with you wherever you go, and you'll gain a little bit of flying ability at any time.
Whoa.
Are you
Really?
kidding me?
So basically, it's more or less a broom of flying. So it's attached to you, to your chest, and when you do that, you have a flying speed equal to your walking speed. The only thing that's different than a broom of flying is you have a max flying height of 100 feet.
But it's unlimited? I can just...
Yeah, it's unlimited. If you get hit, though, you have to make I forget what it is. It's a dexterity saving throw to see if you can stay in the air. But you can get knocked out of the air, basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
God, why
So
did I
that's-
shake and bake?
So you fly a little bit in the air, and like I said, you have a max flying height of 100 feet, and you can fly at a walking speed of 25 feet.
He can fly, he can fly, he can fly, he can fly, he can fly. That's amazing. All right, I'm gonna put that out in my inventory. Well, I guess I don't have it permanently. It's just whenever I want
Yeah.
it off of the Raven. But so does that
And
mean
when
when
you're flying the Raven, you need to return it to the Raven. Basically,
Right,
when you
okay.
took that out, like the Raven, the life left its eyes.
Oh wow! So I'm just putting Wenry's soul into my heart, and that
Aw, that's adorable.
this is quite some technology you got here, Grim. I'm a little
Oh,
disturbed
thanks,
by
man.
the process, but I'm really thankful you put together such an amazing machine.
Yeah, I mean, thanks. I'm pretty proud of her. Him, excuse me.
Hey, Grim,
Wenry.
how long did it take you to make that?
Oh, like, how long has it been? 10 hours?
How do I get one?
I'm out of resources to build another one. It's going to take a while for me to get another.
What resources
blank.
do you need? Money?
I mean, I need to start growing another Raven, and then I'll need some of your
You already
hair.
had one brewing it.
Yeah, I mean, like we're replacing them all the time, but that was my last one. So I do have. So I know, like, I gave Wenry this awesome thing, and you guys are like, "Oh, where's my awesome thing?" I have awesome things for you guys too. Let's come over here. So he waves his hand at you guys, and there's this little. It just looks like a trash can over in the corner, and it has like a couple dials on it as well. It's like. So this is a really cool invention that I made a while back. Once we discovered the talismans, it's a magic miner. Basically, what it does is it mines the magical weave for magical items. You could call it stealing, but I like to call it mining. So occasionally we'll collect some magic items. We originally made it to like try and find the talismans without looking for them. It's not quite that powerful. It didn't quite work out. But what you can do is just kind of reach your hand in here and see what you pull out. I occasionally get some magic items out of it.
Okay.
So Orc, if you want to go and he goes and opens the lid. He's like, just reach down in there and see what you pull out.
I shove both hands into it.
Okay, roll a d20.
Oh no! I got a crit failure.
Okay, so this actually,
But that
this is
doesn't
more to
matter,
just
right? Because it's just
yeah, this is more just to
oh.
determine what you get.
Oh, okay.
So you reach in and you grasp this like long, cold piece of metal, and you pull it out, and it's about 3 feet long, and you pull it out of the trash can, and Grim's like, "Oh, wonderful! Let me take a look at that." So Grim takes it and he says, "Oh man, this is really cool. This is an immovable rod." He's like, "Check this out." So he takes it in his hands and kind of lifts it above his head, and he depresses the end of the rod, and then he lets it go, and the rod just stays there in the air. And he's like, "Amazing, right? Check this out." And he jumps on it and just starts doing like pull-ups on it, just pulling up on this bar. And then he falls to the ground, and he's like, "All right, now watch this." And with one hand, he just reaches up and pushes the end of the rod again, and the rod falls down to the ground. He says, basically what it is you can press this button at any time, and the rod will stick wherever it was. And this thing can hold a lot of weight. So, I mean, you can just put it wherever you want, and it'll just stay completely in place.
Wow. I like it. Thank you, Grim.
Okay, so next he turns to Puff. He's like, "All right, Puff, give it a whirl. Throw your hand in there and see what you get out."
Okay, let's do it. I got a 9.
A 9? Okay, so you reach your hand in and pull out a pair of spectacles, and they're really ornate and kind of flashy. And Grim says, "Oh, let's take a look at these." And he puts them in his hands and looks like, "Huh, these are really interesting. I don't know if I've seen these before or not. Let me put them in my analyzer." So he puts it in this little box and shuts the lid and turns it on and waits for a second, and it goes like ding, like a microwave, and it prints out the slip. He's like, "Oh, okay, here we go. These are Eyes of Charming." And basically while you're wearing them, they have 3 charges per day, and you can cast the Charm Person spell at will 3 times a day on a person within 30 feet of you.
They're just like really good looking glasses on you. They just
Oh,
fit
yeah.
really well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just pull
Yeah,
down
they
the corner
fancy.
and oh, do go on. Sweet.
So that's what you get.
I like it.
So Grim turns to you guys like, well, so I hope all of you guys enjoy what you got here. Maybe I'll try and find some more stuff later on for you. But in the meantime, just, you know what? Go out there, kick some ass.
Grim, to make sure I understand how this thing works, so we're just literally like pickpocketing people through a trash can from afar? Is that what's going on?
Mining. We're mining people from afar.
Oh, okay.
I want to make sure you understand the words I'm using.
Yeah, but so like, if someone had that immovable rod and was like about to use it to save their life, and we just like pulled it out of their pocket, I mean, they might just die now. Is that
We mined it from their pocket.
You could also call it a loophole.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
You know
enough.
what? We may never know. I have no idea where it comes
Grim
from.
is not legally responsible for any harm
Yeah.
that may be caused
Yeah.
via mining of
What do you-
magical objects.
And what do you call the device? Just so I know what to call this.
It's a magic miner.
A magic miner. Okay.
Yenri, it could have been a villain using that immovable object to imprison children, and we've saved them.
It could have been. It's
Yeah.
It's the push a button and a random person dies and you get $1 million query.
Is it Pavlov's box dog?
It's Pavlov's box dog. It's exactly what it is.
I feel like I stole Elton John's glasses off of his face.
Yeah. That is exactly what I was picturing.
Just in
I
the
mean,
middle of
that's
a
fine.
concert, and everyone's like, boo!
You're slightly less fabulous now.
I love that Elton John could exist in our, in our world. Elton John's now canon,
Yeah.
Fantasy.
No,
Elton.
he's a very famous bard. Very famous.
along with
Along with who?
David Bowie? You just kind of trailed off there.
I just got a Reese's cup thrown to me.
Oh, no.
nice.
Lucky you.
IRL.
At that point, 3 Reese's cups pop out of the trash can and fly at the 3 of you.
Ooh.
Somewhere a child is crying.
Yeah.
Somewhere someone trick-or-treated, the 3 Reese's dropped into their empty bag and then looked in their bag and it was still empty.
Yeah. But why? Why? All right. So at that moment, you hear like a ding from above you, and there's like a big intercom that comes on. It says, Yenri, Orc, and Puff, will you please report to General Sage's quarters?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool, thanks.
Oh, this is a two-way intercom. I didn't think you could actually be able to hear us.
So you guys, I assume, go to General Sage's quarters. You open a big fancy wooden door, and standing inside is General Sage. She's looking at a giant map, and she turns around and she's like, thank you for coming at such short notice. We've been analyzing the text that you collected from this Anderson Cooper character all night, and we believe that we have enough information for you to continue on to the next part of collecting the next talisman. So here's what we figured out. The journal was half written in Abyssal, and there was a map with a few interesting points on it. So it looked like the Guardians were very interested in the Zamtal Desert, and specifically a small area on this map here that was like a rocky outcropping in the middle of the desert. And in Abyssal, it was written next to it that it's called the Pillar of Darkness. The text here describes the Pillar of Darkness as a possible portal or landmark near where the Zamtal Kingdom once was. So what we're going to have you do is travel to the Zamtal Desert and try to locate this pillar.
Sounds solid.
Word.
Fantastic. So we've heard tell that the desert is pretty dangerous, and it doesn't sound like you'll be able to use your ravens to cross it. It's far too hot and windy.
Can't use your brand
Got
new
a
raven.
You'll still be using your ravens to travel to an outpost just south of the beginning of the desert.
Oh, okay.
The city is called Gala, and it's a tiny outpost of which a friend of Grimm lives that can help you to get outfitted to cross the desert.
Okay.
Wait, so
Your-
we're getting
your
we're getting
ravens-
dressed to go to a gala?
Yes. Ooh.
Fancy.
First a spa and now a gala?
Yeah. It's the fanciest
put on
missions.
The most pretentious adventure of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we like to treat our adventurers. So yeah, she says your ravens will be pre-programmed to fly to the Gala outpost. When you're there, look for a small man named Jarl. Jarl will be able to help you.
How small is small?
I hear tell that he is a gnome, so he is about 3.5 feet tall.
I shall make him smaller.
That is.
That doesn't seem necessary.
Taller than me, so not that small, I would say.
That is debatable. He's a tiny, tiny, insignificant man. Look for him.
Okay.
So Sage says, so if you feel you are ready to embark, please return to the hangar and we will see you off.
Seems like this could have been done over the two-way intercom, because we were just there. But, yeah.
You know, I've been told by HR that it's always better to talk to my employees in person. We're trying to improve the work-life balance around here.
Yeah.
You know,
Talk to them and make fun of their height.
Yep, I'm just a little bitter.
we're
about,
still working. Still
No,
working.
it's a compliment sandwich kind of deal. It's information, insult, information.
Yeah.
equals compliment.
Yeah. That sounds right.
All right.
So
let's
off
go.
with you.
It sounds
Back
good.
to the hangar.
Come on, little
Okay.
man.
Good luck, boys.
Thanks, General Sage.
And she turns around and continues to introspectively look at the map.
All right. Yeah, we walk back down the hall to the hangar.
All right. You get up to the hangar, and Grim's sitting there, and he has your ravens lined up on the runway, ready to go. He says, like, so I hear you're going to visit my friend Jarl. He's like, don't let that guy swindle you. And he might say that he's a good inventor, but he's nothing compared to me. Just remember that.
Okay. We'll hold you to that.
We'll
We can
use
get-
that to our advantage.
He's like, but say hello to the little guy for me.
Normal size guy.
All right, and he walks back off into his workshop.
All right, I mount Fancy Fish 2.
All right, you guys all mount your ravens and rush down the runway and fly off into the sky past the illusionary forest and off towards the off to the north again.
Yay. North.
So in the general like layout of this continent, Bellion is kind of in the center of the map. To the far north are the mountains where you went to Spa Fjord. To the northwest, you're not going to be flying too far. You're going to hit the outpost, and the desert like extends to the west from there. So you guys are going to be flying for a little bit. The sun is super bright. It's still pretty early morning. You are in the sky for 2 to 3 hours, and as you look below you, you see that the trees are kind of giving way to a more like mountainy, dry, arid landscape. And in front of you, you can see like a little tiny town with some smoke rising from buildings, and it seems to be sitting on like a cracked desert landscape. And directly to the west of this little outpost, it looks like the ground is moving a little bit. So you start to descend upon this town and land a couple 100 yards outside of it. And this place looks pretty run down. The sun is really bright. It's super dry. Like I said, the earth is all like cracked dirt beneath you, and the wind is just blowing sand across the landscape. The little town that you see in front of you, there's only 5 or 6 buildings. A few of them look like dwellings. There's kind of an adobe hut with a really worn wooden door, and there's like strings of colored flags that are kind of attached to anything that's standing off the ground that are waving in the wind. On the kind of south side of the city, which is a majority of the city, is this like giant junkyard. And you can just see pieces of wood and metal sticking up. So it's kind of Mad Maxy looking, where it's just all this like wood and metal and adobe just kind of like shoved into this worn out town. And at the front of it, you see a little like wooden gate with a sign on top that says "Gala, your connection to the desert."
Well, they have good branding.
Yeah, they invest in tourism a bit, I guess. I bet Jarl's at the junkyard.
You're probably right. Yeah, I guess should we tie up our ravens somewhere where they're not gonna get stolen or messed with, or is there anywhere where we can put them nearby that's like near a? Is it just all flat land? Is there any sort of like rock or cave?
Yeah,
or...
I mean there's some little rocks, and there's like there's one kind of dead tree that's partially in the ground, but it looks mostly blown over.
Okay.
Is this how we tie them up? Like,
and we've done it
horses?
once.
Can
There
we
is
just
no
like send them
usually
off
yet.
and they'll return when we need them? Or?
Well, so
Yeah,
I
we
want
could
to
have-
take my flying amulet thingy, so mine's gonna go dead.
oh, that's a good point. Well, now that's really inconvenient.
And he dragged it into town.
Should we just bring him with us for now and try to
let's
find
just
Yarrow? and
trot around on the ground on our.
Man, this seems like a really difficult decision.
Well,
it's
Yenry's
fine.
got me all worried about people messing with the Raven now.
I just wondered if there was like a big rock that we could just hide them behind nearby, so they're just like safe out of the way. But
I dig what Chris is saying, like kind of trotting in like the bandits into town
Yeah.
or the sheriff. Sheriff's here to.
Very different feeling you'd get from those trotting
well,
into town.
I said bandits, and I was like, oh, actually, I don't want to be the evil people coming in.
Yeah.
we're here to save the day. Or
You're more
something.
like Jesus trotting into
I
town.
guess we are more so here to steal things.
yeah, sure. Let's trot in on our birds
Okay.
And we can get all the dirty stares and
and
Yeah.
confused stares.
confused looks.
So you guys trot towards the town, and you go through the big gate that says your connection to the desert, and walk in, and like I said, everything looks really run down. It looks like this place is pretty abject poverty, and there's just kind of junk laying everywhere. There's, like I said, there's a few buildings. To your right, there is an adobe building with a wooden door that says the Dry Bones. And to your left is the like what looks like the entrance to the giant junkyard. And then there's some other random looks like regular homes and dwellings scattered about.
Okay,
Should we go in Dry Bones?
sure. We just pull our birds up to the side of it and drop them off.
Yeah, we'll loop their reins around the railing.
I assume
Yeah, there's like a little
hitching
area that
post.
looks like you'd like hitch up a horse. There's
Perfect.
something like that outside the bar.
We go hitch up our horses or our birds, and then ravens. And I say, "Sleep now, Wenry," and pull the medallion thing out of its chassis and put it in my bag.
Oh. He just lets out a sigh.
It's shutting down.
It's
And
shutting down.
And I say, "Sleep now, Fancy Fish," and I pull his heart out of his chest.
Call him raw.
It's like, Orc, I think you've misunderstood the powers of these birds.
And I say, bye, Mango. You can make your own choice. You're a big bird.
Great. Okay, so you guys walk into the Dry Bones. You like push open the wooden doors and walk in, and you're in like a really empty, dusty tavern. So there's a few wooden tables and chairs scattered around, and sitting at the bar, there's a little bartender. He's a male human, pretty old, he's got white hair, and he's just like cleaning glass, and he looks up, he's like, "Oh, hi there! Oh God, it's so good to see people." It's like, I'm Dale. I would love to get you guys some food and drink. Please sit down.
Okay.
Hi, Dale. Great to meet you. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so great to meet you too. I can't tell you how often people come in here. It's never. People never come in here. It's great. It's great.
What?
Hey, Dale, I've had 2 experiences with bars in this country. One, I got drugged and tied up. The second one, they made me have a great ass. Which are you on this spectrum?
Oh boy, I would love to say I'm on the great ass side, but I don't think I can promise you that. But I'm not gonna drug you either. And he just like,
Oric's worldview is limited.
yeah. He's like, sorry. He's like, you know what? I just make great food and I make good drink here. So I would just love to provide you with some of my hospitality.
All right. I'm sold. Let's what do you got? You got a menu or a special?
So we have a special today. You guys are gonna love this. So we have our classic desert ale, and it comes with a side of grilled worm.
Oh.
Yeah, love it, Dale.
Trust
that's
me,
great.
it's a desert delicacy.
All right.
Try anything twice.
Yeah. So it's only 5 silver pieces per person. It's a great deal, you guys.
I think I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have at
Fantastic.
least
I will be right back.
Hit us with it.
And so he runs behind the bar and like quickly like shuffles around and like grabs glasses way too quickly and drops one. And then he like takes all 3 and runs it under his giant like ale barrel and turns the lever and pours ale into the 3 of them. Turns it off and he runs over to you guys like, here you go, guys, enjoy. He's like, it's the best ale you've ever had. He's like, I'll be right back. And he runs to the back of the building and exits through a door into the outside.
Did he say he was going somewhere or what?
To get food?
Yeah,
Making worms.
he's
Oh,
getting
okay.
your food.
All right.
Before we drink this,
Pound.
do you guys actually trust this? Are we cool?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe one person drank it.
I
and
pound
then-
the ale.
Okay,
Pound
perfect. I'm gonna wait a second.
Yeah. I'm not going to drink mine yet.
Oh, I just realized I should have just called it Dale's Ale.
Missed opportunity.
Oh,
The
man.
ale.
Yeah. We'll keep that one in my back pocket.
D
Still could be.
apostrophe
Da ale.
You said it's the desert ale?
Yeah.
It could still be Dale's desert ale.
Dale's Desert Ale. Yeah. Retcon. All right. So so you guys you're drinking up?
No.
Oh no!
Orc's drinking up.
I am waiting to see what happens to Orc.
Is Orc the guinea pig?
Yeah,
I chugged it, and I'm very tempted. I watched him pour it. And I'm very tempted while he's gone to just go like put my mouth in that draft.
I toss my beer over to Orc because I see him eyeing it.
All right.
I'm like a puppy. I look over at the draft, and then I see this other one in front of me. And,
Oh,
I'll drink this one. I think I'll drink mine now.
Yeah. That's exactly. I was thinking SpongeBob. All right. So you drink it up. You wait a few minutes. You just feel buzzed. You
Guys.
don't feel any other weird effects.
It's great. I feel like alcohol things are happening.
Yeah. All right. So you guys wait a few more minutes, and then you hear the door at the back of the bar open up, and Dale comes rushing out, and he's like dragging this giant worm behind him, and it's smoking, and he's just dragging it across the ground, and he goes and he just like throws it on top of the table. He's like, "Here you go, enjoy it." It's like this is our special grilled worm, and it's just like it almost looks like a giant like fleshy lamprey.
It's
and
an
it's about like
Alaskan bull worm.
yeah. It looks like an Alaskan bullworm. But it's like 10 feet long, and it's grilled to perfection and just like laying out on the giant table
10 feet.
that you guys are sitting at. Yeah,
All right,
it's like 10
Orc,
feet
you
long.
take an 8 feet, and we'll each take a foot.
Yeah, I feel very
me off a
emasculated
big old
by this
chunk of
worm.
It's like, so what are you guys
damn
waiting for?
worm.
Dig in. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. And he
We're-
just stands there and watches you.
What's like where do you usually start on a worm?
Oh, I mean, you can start anywhere. Like, other than the head and the like tip of the tail, it's all just wonderful.
Oh, well, I guess I'm glad I didn't just start at one of the ends.
You could start anywhere except the most convenient
The
place.
logical places to start. Yeah.
Did he give us silverware or anything?
No, he didn't.
He gave us chopsticks and was like, dig in.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's eat it.
I'm gonna rip off a chunk of the worm and eat it.
I'm gonna bite it right off of the worm body.
All right. So you guys, you sink your teeth into this worm meat, and it's like filet mignon quality. It's like the most amazing meat you've ever tasted.
All right.
Wow.
Dale.
Dale, I did not expect this.
Oh, see, I knew you were gonna say that. No one ever expects the grilled worm to be this great, but man, it's just amazing. Reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah, it's quite a deal you got here. This is
Yeah, Dale.
yeah.
This is very
It's delicious.
hospitable. This is a
Yeah.
warm welcome.
Yeah, people say I should charge more for it. I don't know why I don't.
Let me ask you something, Dale. We're actually coming through town because we're trying to get out to an area just past here in the desert.
Oh yeah, what is that?
It's called something. It's called the Pillar Tower. Pillar of Darkness.
Pillar of Tower.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Usually when we get travelers out here, they're trying to find the lost city of Zamtal. It's a fool's errand. I mean, it's like they say it exists. We've never seen anything about it, but I mean, this if it did exist, wow, boy oh boy, would that be amazing. The legends say it was this enormous prosperous city that sat at the center of the sea desert here. And it was just like the most amazing thing you ever see, just gold everywhere and affluence. And can you imagine living there just decked out in gold and rich and all the desert worm you could eat? Oh boy, that would be so amazing. But we've had so many adventurers come through here and try and find it, but everyone just comes back from the desert sea with just junk.
What's the population of Gala, by the way?
We're about like 50 people.
Okay, more than I
On a good
expected,
day.
actually.
Yeah, we're all just scraping by, you know. It's just people coming into town looking to check out the sand sea out here. We're more than happy to help them.
All right.
Hey, Dale, do you know a cat named Jarl?
A cat? There's a little gnome across the street named Jarl.
not up on your slang there, Dale, are you?
No, I don't see people often.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Jarl's just across the street. You should go say hi to him. Jarl's one of my best friends.
Oh, good.
Great.
He just continues to stand there watching you.
Awkward. Awkward.
So
I take a couple more bites
Yep.
of worm.
can you get a doggy bag for this this worm
Yeah.
body?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have a 8-foot doggy bag.
Yeah, let me go get our extra large
Dale,
paper bag from
how
the back.
did you catch this thing?
Oh, you know, sometimes they just wash up on the shore.
Oh.
The shore? What? Is there water near here?
No, it's the sand sea next door. The whole desert's the sand sea.
Oh,
that-
it's a sea
Sand.
made of sand.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean there's a shore.
I thought that was a metaphorical name.
I think we're getting down to just linguistical arguments at this point, but
No,
yeah.
I don't know why I'm lashing out at you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe this worm meat is not sitting. I don't know. I've never had it
Well,
before.
that's
Maybe
impossible.
I'm allergic.
You need some Dale ale.
I guess that's
Yeah.
also still kind of offensive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop talking now.
Here goes Puff's social graces again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not
gonna-
good with people.
I'm gonna finish up my chunk of worm, and I'm gonna toss Dale the rest of my silver that makes a full gold piece. That's how it works.
Oh my
right?
God.
That's how money works.
Yeah, I think I forget what it is, like 100 silver pieces equals a gold piece.
All right,
or
give him
something like that.
95 more silver, and I say thanks for the hospitality, and we're gonna go see Jarl.
He just falls to his knees and starts like crying in happiness. Like, I can't tell you how much this means to me. This is more money than I see an entire year. And he just is like, thank you. And he goes and like hugs your leg and is crying into your pant leg.
Oh.
Okay, you're welcome, Dale. Do something good with it. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, he's just a meth addict. Yeah.
This could buy more drugs than I use in a year.
Yeah. And with that, he runs off to his drug dealer.
What have I done?
Yeah.
You've ruined a life today.
You're an enabler, Orc.
That's why I never tip.
because they're all drug addicts.
You think everyone who works in the service industry is a drug addict?
That was proven right today.
Yeah.
Vindicated.
What a weird character flaw for Puff to have.
See, this is why I don't tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Weird
awesome.
connection.
You better keep that up for the rest of the campaign.
Well, thanks for picking up the tab, Orc.
Yeah. Thanks. I have very
All right.
little money, so I'm glad you were able to dish it out.
I liked that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, so Dale scoops up all the cash and he returns to behind the bar.
Should we go find Jarl?
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
so.
yeah.
And we go to the junkyard. And I'm
All right,
buzzed and full on worm, and I just yell, Jarl!
So you start walking across the street, and there's like kind of an open air wood and metal like shanty that has a bunch of tables, and there's just junk everywhere. And as you yell, you hear some shuffling around, and you suddenly see a head pop up from behind the table. And it's a little gnome with this wild red hair and glasses. And he his skin is like really, really tan. And he pops on, he's like, Hey, yeah, who needed Jarl? I'm right here for you.
Yeah, me, the one yelling Jarl.
Hey, friends, welcome to Jarl's Outpost. How can I help y'all?
We're friends of Grimm's. You know that guy?
Oh, that hack? Oh, yeah. Him and I used to be buddies back in the day in the army. Boy couldn't invent his way out of a paper bag.
Yeah, we were informed you were friends, but the more we talked to you two of you.
It's like, yeah, so what are you guys out here for? You're friends of Grimm? You're in my place of work? What can I help you with? I have tons to sell. I have tons to give. What are you looking for?
So we're actually looking for a way across the desert, Jarl. We're trying to get sort of deep into the desert to a place. Have you ever heard of this? It's called the Pillar or Tower, one of the two. Pillar of Darkness, maybe.
Huh. That's really interesting. I've been around these parts for over 200 years. I've never heard of any Pillar of Darkness.
Maybe it goes by a different name. Just, do you know a big pillar out in the desert anywhere?
I mean, there's lots of rocks that are like spires creeping out of the sand sea there, so I mean, there might be one. I've never heard of one called that.
So how does one explore the sea?
Ooh, I am glad you asked. Come with me. And he waves his hand and he starts slinking over to like the side of his shack and around the edge. And as he's walking, you see that he's just like draped with these ornate robes, and his like fingers are covered in gold rings, and he has like big gold necklaces around his neck, and he's just kind of like metal on metal, just chinking along as he just walks around the building. And so you guys follow him, and then when you get back there, you see a bunch of big wooden ships with white sails, and they're about 10 to 15 feet long, and they're single-sailed, and you don't see any like control panels on them or like steering mechanisms or anything. It's kind of just like a flat bed with a sail. He's like, so let's take a look at these. These are my my sand skimmers here. And he walks up to one. He's like, so one of these babies is going to run you about 100 gold to rent for the week. It's like, these are the fastest ships this side of the desert. Let me tell you, you can navigate across the sand sea with the greatest of ease with these.
I don't think I have anywhere near that much gold.
That's a pretty hefty price, Jarl.
Hey, you're paying for quality, though.
I mean, that's true, but
Do you barter? Do you barter?
Oh, I'm a fixed price man there, but
the first
you know, let's
the way
Do
the
you
best way to
barter?
start a barter is to say, "Do you barter?"
do you barter?
No. Okay.
Well,
Like, oh,
Foiled again.
yeah.
well, I guess I meant with things other than money, not just.
Oh, my friend, you're trying to take my hard-earned cash here. You're breaking my balls, man. You're breaking my balls.
No, I'm not
Yo,
trying.
you
You're
know-
trying to take our cash. We're trying to take your shit.
You're gonna take my ship. Oh man, come on, man. I run a legitimate business here.
All right,
you
so how
gotta,
does-
you
how does
gotta
one
pay up
make-
for the quality.
Jarl, come over here. Let me chat with you a minute.
Hey, yeah, no problem, man.
Look,
What's up? You want to make a deal here?
well, no, I'm not trying to make a deal. I just wanted to tell you that, like, we met your friend Grim, and he talked pretty poorly about you, but we'd heard we'd heard about your reputation as an inventor. And
Oh, thank you, man.
he was saying that you can't really build things, invent like him. He gave us, like, look at this cool rod, and I put my immovable rod up in the air and pushed it. I was like, look, this thing sits here. He gave me he made this. He made those ravens parked out front. He gave us all those. He's really trying to show you up, and I just don't. I want to
that
be able to,
snake.
right?
How
wanna-
dare he?
I want to be able to show the world the Jarl is a good inventor too, like I've heard in my travels around the world.
Okay, I didn't want to show this to you guys. I didn't know if I could trust you, but if that snake is making fun of me from across the world, I'm going to show you something really cool, really amazing. And he brings you to another metal building that's kind of sitting back in the junkyard, and he opens it up, and there's this crazy ornate-looking boat with this, like, instead of a sail attached to it, it has this kind of like sheer gleaming, what kind of looks like a see-through glass sail, like hovering in front of the mast of this boat, and it has like all these like glowing blue ornate decorations surrounding the ship. He's like, this is my pride and joy right here. This is the fastest thing that you'll ever see on the desert. It's like, I'll give this to you for 80 gold if you go back to Grim and tell him about this boat.
80 gold, you say?
That's it.
How much
80
gold do you guys have?
I got 30.
I got 32.
I have 14.
We're a little short.
So is this the time when I should tip my glasses at him?
Just don't say that out loud.
And then I tip my glasses at him.
All right.
And I charm
you're-
him.
Okay. So he has to make a wisdom saving throw against you. What's your spell save DC?
Spell save DC is 14.
14? He rolls an 18.
What a piece of garbage.
Yeah, so he looks at you and he's like, what was that? Did you just try and do something to me?
No, I just looked at you. I just tipped my glasses.
Oh, I mean, those are pretty fancy glasses.
Yeah, I just do that sometimes because
Yeah.
they look cool.
You know, I appreciate a man that can wear like some fancy clothing, some fancy jewelry, and he flashes all of his rings and smiles, and you see his grill.
Yeah.
I reach into my bag and pull out a ring. I swear to God, this has been in my inventory since the beginning for all of you. But Wenry pulls out a ring and he says, I noticed you really like all your rings and your bling there. In place,
Boy, do I.
in place of that 80 gold, or at least to subsidize that, would you accept this? This is the ring of a duke from the south that I came into possession of in my travels. It's worth a lot. You couldn't imagine. But I don't really have any use for it, and I'm not really one for flashy clothing or jewelry, but you seem like the kind of guy who could make real use out of this. If you see, it has this insignia right here on it. It's for the Duke of Fantasia. And I hold it out to him to take a look at it.
That's too
So
fancy
it-
for Jarl. I don't know if he could pull that off.
He looks at Orc as he says that, and he looks back at Yenri, and it looks like you've struck a chord with him. He's like, this does look like a fancy ring. Let me just take a look at this. And he pulls this, like, one of those little eyepieces out, and he's, like, examining it. He's like, my God, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful ring. It's like, you have a deal, sir. This is a ring suited for royalty. I will be happy to wear it on my finger.
It's really hard for me to part with it, but I'm really glad you'll accept it as payment.
Oh man, look at me, the new Duke of Fantasia. Look at me. Look at this guy.
Look at that guy.
All
Yarl,
hail
new
the Duke of Fantasia.
It does
Yeah,
look pretty
you
good
call
on you.
call me Duke from here on out.
All right.
He
All right,
smirks.
will do.
Duke.
Well, you drive a hard bargain, sir, but I take that deal, and we'll take that ship.
I look forward to reporting to Grim how fast your ship is.
Oh man, you guys are not going to be disappointed. This thing's going to fly across the desert.
All right. Well, show
All right,
us how
so-
this baby works.
All right, so this is a magic ship here. So as long as you guys are standing on it, you'll kind of become one with the ship, and you'll be able to control it with your mind, more or less. It's kind of a group effort.
Okay.
So you guys are you're a crew here, so you have to work as a team.
Okay.
That's what we do
Sound
best.
good? All right. So climb up on there and let's pull it out here. So he waves his hand at the ship, and this little rope ladder falls down the side and is ready for you to climb on.
Can we get Dale to christen this bad boy with a bottle of ale?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's call him over here. And he turns around and he's like, Dale! Dale!
Dial.
And you see some dust kick off in the distance, and Dale comes sprinting around the corner. He's like, "Hey guys, hey, I heard you call my name. What's up? What can I do?" And Jarl/Duke looks at him. He's like, "Hey, Dale, best friend, buddy. Can you go get your most expensive bottle of ale, and we're gonna crush it on the side of my boat here." And Dale just it's like, "Oh man, that's such a great idea. It's like I love for a part of my bar to be a part of this ship." He's like, "Well, it's not gonna be a part of the ship. It's just gonna wash off, but it's cool." So Dale runs back really fast, and he runs back, and he has this giant glass bottle. He's like, "This is my 20-year aged ale. It's the most expensive thing I have. You guys are all such good friends. I would love to just pour it out on the ground on this boat."
No, hold on, you guys. This was my idea, but this is terrible. Give me that bottle. Go get your cheapest bottle of ale, and let me have this bottle.
Okay, well,
No, wait.
Here's
Or we'll just christen it in my belly.
okay. That sounds great. That sounds like that's so stupid. It's such a better idea.
Yeah. I know. I'm +1 wisdom today,
Yeah.
or intelligence. I'm operating on all
Oh,
cylinders.
it's showing.
Your genius is showing.
All right, so he hands you the bottle of ale.
All right. I christen this ship for journey. Am I supposed to name it?
Yes, everyone's awaiting the big reveal.
I christen this ship the... God damn it.
Fancy Fish 4.0.
Yeah. I christen this ship Fancy Fish 4. Chug.
So confusing.
Chug.
Chug.
So with Fancy Fish in his pocket, Orc boards Fancy Fish and drives past Fancy Fish.
Can we please
someday-
pick a different day?
Someday the whole world that I look upon shall be Fancy Fish. I will just continue to name things in my travels.
Can't wait till I have a family one day.
One day,
Fancy Fish plus.
the whole world is going to end up like Smurfs, but fancy fish.
Yeah. They're all going to turn against you one day where it's like, I was Fancy Fish 10. We must find Fancy Fish 1 through 9 and revolt. All right. So you guys climb on board, and you can feel the magical energy kind of encompass you, and the glass sail gleams in front of you, and you start pulling out of the hangar this thing was parked in. And Jarl just is waving his hands, kind of like one of those air traffic controllers, and he guides you out of the junkyard, and you head over to the west side of the city, and you are now sitting at the edge of the sand sea. And basically you look out, and it's really, really fine sand, and it's lapping up against a quote-unquote shore, this kind of more cracked earth area, just like water. And you can see waves of sand rolling out in the distance, and you can see some little rock outcroppings that are being covered and uncovered by these undulating sand waves. So Jarl walks up to the side of the ship. He's like, "Here you go, boys. I hope you know what you're looking for. Here's a compass, just in case you need it. But if anything fails, just head west, and you'll get back to us eventually.
Thanks, Duke.
Ah, thanks, man. Thanks for remembering. It's like, now get out of here, you little scamps.
Aw.
All right.
So long.
And he's
Arrivederci.
waving, and
Bon
Dale's
voyage.
standing there crying and waving a handkerchief at you.
And we use brain power to sail off into the distance?
Yeah, you just kind of think of where you're going.
Think
You're
about
using your magical energy. You're tapping into the
Okay.
magical weave around you.
It's gonna
And
be
we-
like Twitch, and we're all gonna think different directions and never get anywhere.
Just tear the ship apart.
Yeah. And so the one thing to know about the ship is that you're going to have a main driver, and then you're going to have other people kind of operating things. And it requires concentration to steer the ship, more or less,
Oh, okay.
from one of you. The other guys, you'll have little bouts of concentration to like move things, but in general, to put the ship where you want it, one of you is going to be steering and using concentration. So in case that comes up in like game mechanics, that is the rule.
You can't break concentration.
Alright.
Keep it moving. Okay.
Concentrate real hard on sailing away from Gala.
Yes. So you guys start skimming over the surf of sand off into the distance, off into the sunset.
Give me a B.
B.
Give me an R.
Oh, I see what you're doing. This is going to take forever.
No. Start over. Give me a B.
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 Give me an R.
R.
Give me an E.
E.
Give me an NDANFRASER. What does that spell?
Brendan
Brendan
Fraser?
Brendan Fraser. I bet he likes the Brotherverse.
Wow, yeah, you totally trolled me. I thought we were going to spell the Brotherverse. I'm so glad we spelled out Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, he's better.
But I bet, being the good guy that Brendan Fraser is, he would go and like and subscribe to the Brotherverse on all the social medias.
Oh, he absolutely
Yeah, at the Brotherverse.
Yeah, he'd follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the Brotherverse, and he'd probably even review us on Apple Podcasts. Be like Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser is a great guy. Yeah. 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 Yeah.